Hi everyone. I was just when I look at all the coaches out here. Hi Diane. Hi Martine. I didn't put in my headphones, everyone. So hopefully that's not an issue. Hiya. Hopefully that's not an issue whatsoever. But I just didn't put them in because it's kind of windy, and I'm finding the wind is actually picking up the noise through the headphones even more than not wearing them. So look at all the tour coaches. So this is the hotel that my group's staying at. I'm not a huge fan of these Premier Inns, but this particular one, even though they have virtually no one at reception, is really good because of location. So I'm in Oban. Hi Laura. Hi everyone. So I just want to come and do a quick hello, a quick welcome to everyone here, and then take you for a walk in this really fabulous city. Hey Chloe. I've ended up having a little bit of a busier day than I had intended, but I did just get back. Bonjour. It is a glorious day after tons of rain yesterday, but I did just get back from swimming in the Atlantic. I did afterwards take a video. I don't know if I like it enough to post it. Hi Rosie, nice to see you. But we're in Oban here, and so let me just share a little bit of well, behind me, by the way, is the train station, ferries that go out to the Isle of Mull and to the Outer Hebrides. And I've just forgotten the name of it, but there's a sandy island further out, Tierney, that meant to be the sunniest place in the UK. But yeah, the blue sky, and the water was 11 degrees Celsius when I was swimming. So, you know, that's not bad. It's 51 Fahrenheit. And I went in for swim, and I came back and got my gimbal. But I just wanted to start to share. This is a really attractive town. Hey, from Vegas. Hi there, Yolanda. Hi there. Lovely to have you here. So we're in Oban, Scotland here. Now, the permanent population here is only, I think, about, well, less than 10,000 people, but it can swell, hi Hannah, to 23,000 this time of year because it is a resort town. Now, people have been living out here. People have been living out here for thousands of years, of course, but really it becomes a fish port in the old days. But where I am in the world, you see this quite grandiose, very, it's probably Victorian rather than Georgian architecture, although there are a few streets that look very Georgian to me. And so you get a good variety of architecture. You, of course, have the Presbyterian Church, Church of Scotland, all the things you would expect down here. But we're actually technically now, even though I was in the Highlands yesterday, we're in the southwest of Scotland. But if you keep driving south, I mean, it's very isolated. So have a look at it on the map where I am. Oban, Oban, very famous for its whiskey, by the way. This is kind of the main traffic circle. So what I thought I would do is just literally walk the front of town. Well, these blue sky days. So yesterday, just to give you a sense, so I've got this group of 42 with me. They have been the easiest, most pleasant people. Honestly, I have just enjoyed them. And I mean, I've obviously been doing this job for a long time, but they're so punctual that it just made it so easy to squeeze in more, not less, every day. Look at the palm trees out here to put in some perspective. And I'm trying to show you, wait for a little wind here, the cross of St. Andrews, the flag. Now, yesterday I had wanted to put a tour up, at least a short Facebook one from, there goes the flag for us. I wanted to put one up from Pitlochry, but it was just raining so much and I wasn't even holding any reception. So I didn't even do a short there. But we went up to St. Andrews and we drove up and over the Highlands, which I've got quite a few people. About a quarter of the group have got some Scottish roots. I believe one couple has gone out golfing today. But we're here in Gaelic, Scotland, and I want to talk about that because it is said that there's more Gaelic spoken in Nova Scotia than there is in all of Scotland now. But if you see the road signs in the distance there, they are bilingual the way they would be in Ireland. Now, they are a little different spelling, but it is effectively the same language as the Irish, right? Irish Gaelic, not Welsh. Now, my driver on this trip, Paul, is a Welshman. He's been working for years in, sorry, I'm just going to get across the street, working for years in Ireland, and he's just been an absolute pleasure to work with too. Just a first-class fella. Excellent driver. He used to tour up here a lot. As people are late. But we're just having a really good time. So, it's been a lovely tour. And there's always things. There's a Kaylee on tonight. That's like a party, a dance. And I'm really thankful to my friends who are guides here. I don't know if Ali has connected from Inverness, but she helped me find that. And when I was at the tour with Mike the other day in Edinburgh, they worked together as well. So I have all these connections, and they found me a Kaylee for the group. And it's, I don't know what it's like because I've never been to it, but you gotta love a Kaylee. I totally agree, Rosie. But this one, they're having a 3-course meal, and some of them are trying haggis at the beginning. A little clock tower there. Do you know I am actually wearing shorts, by the way? I'll have to show you. It's my first day on the whole trip wearing shorts, but I'm maybe regretting it a little bit. I'm maybe thinking I needed my wind jacket a bit. But let's come down to this sort of perfect half moon bay you have out here, because there's a lot that goes on out here. So first of all, Oban is fantastic. Oh, and I have to always... Well, not always. First time I've done a virtual tour here. I've been to Oban about, I bet you this is only the 4th time in my life I've been here, but I have been here on tour before. I've never been here really as a tourist, but I've had a few things I've had to deal with today, but it was more of a free day. And I went out around the harbor and swam out over there. I'm not cold, no, but I did go swimming. So up top is McKeag Tower. Have a look at that. So it is known sometimes as Oban's Folly, although not locally. It's McKeag's Tower. So McKeag was an industrialist, very wealthy family. And in the wintertime, historically, this is 1895, people had no work in the winter. So he thought, I guess the thesis was that he would create a monument to his family, but it would create work for masons. And he was going to turn it into a huge center, cultural center and everything. Then he dies in 1902, and the benefactor's gone, but it's left there. And I guess there's gardens up there. I meant to walk up there today. Like I said, I was dealing with a few things this morning, and then I wanted to go for a swim, so maybe I'll go for a hike up there this afternoon. But there it is, a very Romanesque. I wouldn't say almost Romanesque. Big circular. There's gardens in there. Lots of people walk up. I want to say 74 steps. But don't quote me on that. So there it is, up above down. But this is Oban down here. And again, about 7, I guess according to Wikipedia at least, about 8% of the population speak Gaelic. But as we look out there, so Kerrar, I think, or no, I'm going to have to look the name up again. But there's an island that's right out in front of us. And then in the distance, you have the island of Mull. And then you have a peninsula in the distance. And if I were to get out there, if I were to get out to one of those points out there and look south, I'd have to drive a little bit south, but I can look over to Ireland. So those of you who have been with me or seen videos that I've done up to 74 up in the north coast of Ireland, you look across. You're not quite looking as far as Oban, but close. So the Caledonian McBarn ferries there, and the big ferries are where I started. I just couldn't get any closer to them to sort of show you. But let's just take a moment and look at the ocean, because this is considered to be, hi Clay, yeah, I'm going to wave over to Ireland. Hey. This is considered to be the seafood capital of Scotland. Hey, Anne, nice to see you here. Look at that lovely clear water. There's a jellyfish down there. So unfortunately, I have to tell you, every time I see a jellyfish, what do I yell at them? You spineless creature. But there's a jellyfish down there. I really thought earlier I was seeing like a whale. Hey, Michelle. But actually, it was a guy on a paddleboard. But it wasn't just a paddleboard. It was one of those ones with the little hydrofoil thing you lift up on the back. It was just great. Like I say, I went out around that bend in the distance. Hi, Justina. So that was now. Some of my group went out on boat trips, and I did say that actually. I'm gonna go around to the pier for a second, if you don't mind. That's a good market over there, bon marché. But I had said to the group, very honestly, I hadn't pre-booked anything except the Kaylee, and that's because I didn't want to pre-book boat trips or anything, given the weather. And it turns out it's been a gorgeous day, so I hope they've gotten on some tours. It's just, as I say, it couldn't be an easier, more enjoyable group of people. And I say that about my tours, and it's because they're kind of invite only, which is fun. But have a look at this. Here you see. So the Oban Distillery, by the way, is at the far end of town, and I'll drink to that. I didn't do a tour there. I've done it before. It's an excellent tour, and it's But I might go in because my brother likes Oban too. So I might pick up one. But there you go, established as a boat building yard and a tannery and brewery, which became Oban Distillery in 1794. Since Queen Victoria described Oban in 1847 as one of the finest spots we have seen, the railway line was opened in 1880. So even though people have lived here for thousands of years, it's quite young. And there you see Falcha. So in Ireland, that'd be GO. Here it's GU, but so welcome to the Oban Ferry Terminal. It's pretty cool. Now, there you go. You've got West Coast scallops, langoustines, mussels. I am going to have seafood tonight. Now, here we are. I'm live right now. All the way from Colorado, we have the Murphys here with us.
That's right.
Yeah. Are you having a fun day?
We are.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
It's a beautiful day.
Yep.
Yeah.
The sun's come out, the weather's come out. And are you on to the Kaylee tonight?
Yes.
Yeah. And are you having the haggis?
No.
No.
Not only no, but no.
But no, not only no, but no. Yeah, so I just felt I was a little busy this morning, but we have a free afternoon. I thought I'd come out and do it. And look at this.
It's gorgeous.
Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it? See, we've had 2 free days on this trip, York and here, and it's when people need it. Now, what did you think of the Highlands yesterday?
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
It was gorgeous.
Gorgeous, wasn't it?
Man, yeah.
Well.
We walked up to the
McKeag's Tower?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So we were just talking about that. So there's McKeag's up there. Justina's saying she's not blaming you for not having haggis. Justina's who I had dinner with in Liverpool.
Okay.
So yeah, but there's McKeag. So, and was it 274 steps? I was trying to remember the number.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around
there.
My knees are not happy.
Your knees are not happy. Well, there's always whiskey to help that out.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I will see you at 5:30.
5:30.
5:30. All right. So, see, they live higher than I do in Colorado. Super nice people, and they're staying on. They're going up to Elgin, northern Scotland, because they have a connection up there. So that's really fun. Now, have a look at this. So this is going to be, wow, this is Neptune over here. But of course, you have the Viking connections, but not so much here because we're very much in the Celtic world. But really what I wanted to come around and show everyone, just while I had the opportunity, is have a look at this ferry up here. So these go all the way out to Mull and different islands. Apparently, you can drive all the way around to a peninsula that's way out in the distance, and then you can take like a 5-minute ferry for next to nothing. But these big ones, of course, are car ferries, and apparently about 2 hours to get to Mull. I still need to come back to Scotland for an extended period of time so that I can explore the Western Isles. I mean, I've been to Skye, but not properly. And so I just, it is a part of it. And these are fishing vessels, for those who know about, the fishing industry. But the terminal is really very impressive. I was watching this ferry come in just a little while ago. They're single hull. They're not double hulled. So I imagine they get a bit of weather every now and then. But that would be part. Oh, and there's one of the very small ones now, coming in down through the distance. There you go. These little, so they're just coming in close as can be. Western Scotland is just beautiful. And I don't mean any offense to Eastern Scotland, but of course I'm a mountain kid, and there's so many connections here. In fact, last night when we were in the pub, that's right, Laura. Yeah, so cool. But last night at the pub, this fella came over to me and he said, "Where are you from? Where are you from?" And I said, "Banff." And he said, "Banff is in Scotland." I'm like, I'm from the other one. But there's always deep connections between Banff Scotland and Canada. I mean, deep, because as they say, the early colonial Canada was either French, Scottish, and there's a pub down the road. I think a few of my people went there last night. It's Quanmore, but that is actually a derivation of Canmore, which is, of course, the town that I effectively grew up in. See, in case you didn't believe that I was wearing shorts, there we go. See, shorts in Scotland. Now, mind you, it is later June right now, so we should be wearing them. But nevertheless, it's been a very cold spring. Hey, Ken, nice day. Hey, Ken, I just wanted to say a real happy Father's Day to you too, my friend. Of course, I missed my kid on Father's Day, but that's okay. It was good to chat with him, and to all you fathers out there, I miss my dad. I'm sure those of you who have lost your fathers remember them. Hopefully, you remember them fondly, right? That's an important little thing. So it was nice. It was very busy in town coming in yesterday, but I had a busy day. Yesterday we left Edinburgh and we really pieced together as comprehensive a day as I could again, this is already a 14-day trip I'm doing with these people. And, you know, it's a case of what you omit and what you include. But yeah, they've done a great job. So we will be down into Glasgow later tomorrow. A bit of grass. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Everyone, Astonishing Peru is here. That is, of course, a real celebrity. That is my friend Elizabeth. Muchas gracias, amiga mía. It's so interesting. I have been saying, Elizabeth, that I am planning. It won't be this November. I'm going to be in Costa Rica, Nicaragua, but next November, back to Peru. So everyone start to put on your calendar, and Elizabeth will spend several days of that tour with us. But I have to get back down to South America, of course. I mean, of course I do. And I miss it terribly, and I love it. But of course, I'm, you know, an outdoors person, and I do love it. So this is very Victorian. You can always tell by the bay windows, right? I don't know how much people know about architecture, but of course, so much of you see a lot of the Georgian architecture in places like Edinburgh and Dublin, of course. Now there's people out kayaking, but yeah, I can't wait to get back down to South America. I might even try and pull off a trip sometime in the next few months just for the fun of it. So over there, you can see just a small island straight out in front of us, and then big mull in the distance, and then those fabulous kind of Western Isles, the Outer Hebrides as they call them, I guess, rather than Western Isles, and hugely Celtic connection here, or Gaelic. And there's the Iona shop, for example. So Iona is where the Book of Kells, which of course is proudly exhibited at Trinity College in Dublin, that's where it was found. And that's, of course, the monks. And you can read both the books of how the Irish saved civilization and how the Scottish saved civilization. So yes. Oh, these people have a cat on their arm. That's really lovely to see. That's so they have scrumptious fish and chips. By the way, I have now been back in Ireland and the UK for 2 weeks, and I still have not had fish and chips because I never eat fish and chips. I'll eat the fish. It's the fried part of it that I don't get on with too well. Good, the plaque is free. Oh, no, it isn't. I just want to try and show you a plaque up ahead. But I'll just show you a town here for Oban. Now, the drive down. So yesterday we came down by Ben Nevis, which is the highest mountain in the UK, of course, 4,400 feet, 1,350 meters. So my house, it's so much fun. My house is about 200 meters. No, a little less, 180 meters, 600 feet higher than it. And then we drove down the coast. And it was funny yesterday because I was saying, because Paul's already done all the narrow roads everywhere else, it wasn't actually a huge challenge for him, but most people would be nervous to drive it in a car. So yeah, this is talking about the earliest inhabitants over here. Unfortunately, I just don't want to go right up and stick my my camera in their eyes, but Carrera is the island straight out in front of us, and it shows with the old style ships, a bit like a Galway hooker, if you're familiar with those. I certainly am. No, but the ones with the big curve at the front of them. There's another. Want to say hi to everyone?
Hi everyone. Beautiful, beautiful place.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Oh,
Isn't it?
gosh.
See this? I get to hang out with the funnest people.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Here we are.
No, this is Oban is.
Owen's fun, isn't it?
Oh, this is a wonderful place.
So I wanted to
View
put
is
in a couple of
spectacular.
days here. Yep.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yes.
I did go for a swim too.
Did you really?
Yeah, I went around the bay there and got in.
Well, Susie and I hiked up to the
Yeah.
monument, and the view up there is just spectacular.
It's a great hike, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's just lovely. I just felt it was such a nice day, and I wanted to have a video here for recording. So
Yep.
yeah, but I'll see you for a pint after.
Absolutely.
All right. To see. So, like I say, that's how much fun and cool my group is. Now it's so nice to see all the seaweed down in here as well. And it really is, because that's the biodiversity of that cold north water. And of course, I see this a lot out in Vancouver Island. So this less attractive building over here on the right is called The View. But that's where my group is going to go up for the Cayley tonight. Oh, you know, hi Cindy, by the way. Cindy was just saying she could have used a value of country roads. See, they're waving to me. Hold on, I gotta try and zoom in. I want to get one more. There you go. There's some more. Did you golf? Did you golf? No, they didn't golf. Okay. I was hoping. Oh, sorry, everyone. Sorry, I was trying to see. They're such nice people. They were actually the couple who were up there having lunch. Were the original couple that asked for a tour to Scotland a couple of years ago, and then we went through a whole series of plans, and then they, a few said they really wanted to see Ireland. So that's when I said, well, why don't we come across and go through North Wales? It means we missed Belfast and the north of Ireland, but we've had more time. It's like a full week in Scotland, which is pretty rare on these kind of tours. And then, of course, Liverpool and York. So there's all the different ferries that go out into all of the islands out in the distance. And, we are far north. When I was up in Edinburgh, I finally looked it up, and it was basically 56 degrees north, right? So if you draw a line over to North America, you're kind of around Juneau, Alaska when you're up here. It's really surprising. Hey, up in the distance is the 1880 Congregational Church. Now, I don't want to get into the history of it right now because I'd have to refresh myself, but that's really why Rhode Island became a separate state, because of conflict with or against the Congregationalists. So a lot of those movements heavily influenced North America as we know it today. Certainly the U.S. Hey, thanks, Diane. I appreciate that. Now, kids playing out on the beach. So Columba House, and of course St. Columba was one of the great Celtic or Gallic, religious thinkers. There's a real theory. He set up a monastery over there near Sligo in what is northwest of Ireland, and a very reasonable chance that he actually sailed all the way up to Iceland. And most of their accounts of the sailing stories seem to be true, except for he said people were there, which is interesting. What year? I'm so glad you could join my live. It's so nice to bring people to different places. I totally agree. But of course, this side of Scotland, the architecture is very different from home, but the cultural influence is so deeply related to Western Canada. Well, all of Canada, but particularly Western Canada. Mountain Warehouse, I don't know where it's from, but we have that in Banff, of course. Here's Quanmore, and which is really a take on Canmore, as I say, the town I grew up in. Pretty cool. And I once did a group meal in there, and it was excellent. So I'll be interested to ask if anyone made it in last night. But here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Oban Distillery, established 1794. When the distillery is an excellent tour. I didn't book the group in because they only take 15 or something per tour, but I am going to go into their shop, and I might try and take a whiskey home to my brother. Maybe hang on to it for his birthday. But Oban, I like. Hey, thanks, Annie. I'm not a real hardcore whiskey drinker because I find you get really drunk. But it is. I find it quite hard to drink, to be honest. But I like these peaty Western ones, the real smoky ones. I tell you what, though, Mike, who I was with there in Edinburgh. That's great. He does a lot of. He figures about half his business is actually whiskey tours, and it would be so much fun because he knows his food well too. So it'd be so much fun to go out with him and do a trip like that. So McKeag's Tower up in the distance. There's the Oban Distillery over there on the right. Oh, I can smell it already. And then the Oban Beer Cellar. I don't know anything about that. But I just thought I'd bring you up here. It's nice to see the Chinese restaurants. The other thing I've noticed on this trip, now I do get to Scotland with, some regularity, but more and more, I look at the lumber moving through, by the way, there's a huge amount of tree farming up here. You can't imagine me drunk. Yeah, it's happened. There's the big Caledonian McBrain ferry heading out right now. Let's go down and get a little video of that. But, sorry, I lost my train of thought thinking about the ferry and getting drunk. But it would be fun to be sailing over to those islands. See all these little camper vans everywhere. I saw a really cool van today with flowers in it. That's just lovely. But it's just nice to be here. What you don't have in the UK, of course, is right away when you're crossing the street. And so I'm always quite careful when it's one's turn to go across. There we go. See this fellow let me through. There we go. So people are out enjoying the summer weather and kayaking around. But it was so nice on this to plan. Oh, there's another little ferry going on. they move. I mean, those ferries really move. But I tell you what, if you're going to come to this part of the world at all right now, just make sure you do your very best to reserve well in advance. Like, everything is full. And I just watch the kayakers. And then I'm not going to keep walking the whole way around. I feel like I probably have to sit down and have a drink in the sun. Seems like the reasonable thing to do here. But then we've got the Kaylee tonight and the haggis and the whole bit. Please remember, everyone, if you don't mind, I thank you for the contributions, of course. If you don't mind, please hit those likes and feel free to share and all that sort of thing. So it's quite good. By the way, we also have our Facebook subscriber group. We will be closing down at some point the other one. It's not a mad rush, but it's just to clean some of up, you know, what happens with all of the spam and everything. The To Me Travel page is just, you know, erupting in every direction, and that's great news. So I'm going to let that one keep growing, but there's no point in managing two of those from that point of view. But it's nice where everyone can have a bit of a connection. Let me just come around here. So to everyone, a couple of other just technical things. Did you just, you know, yeah, the couple of things just to mention. Lovely George and Bay Windows there. So today I sent out an email about the Japan tour. We've pretty much locked down the entire itinerary. There are 2 spaces left on that. So if you know anyone who's interested in Japan, and then I've also set up hotel reservations already for Costa Rica and Nicaragua in November. And I have to do a video because otherwise I am booked for the year. Now, watch for next year. I know some people are planning on coming to Oaxaca in Mexico. So yeah, spread the word. So there's lots of things going on. Yeah, so I went right around to the corner down there, right, get in the water, and there's that ferry heading out. So it is just lovely. It's nice to have a page exactly right, and it's, you know, it requires a little commitment, but such a small one, it's healthy. So have a look at this gorgeous sky here, and I invite all, and just, we'll have to talk. So I'm just so happy to have all of my friends and connections all coming together, and all of the other guides that I love to support and are friends of mine are always welcome. So listen, everyone, it's a little windy out here. Hopefully you're hearing me okay. Mary Lou, nice to see you in Cowtown, you lucky person. So I've got the Regents Hotel behind me. Look at this. So feels, I know you don't have to join, you don't have to leave. I'll just eventually close it down. But you can see the ferry heading out in the distance. And these are the Outer Hebrides. It is gorgeous. It's still cool, although I am in shorts, although first day. So it's just nice to see it. But yeah, there's a cool wind. So, hey, merci tout le monde. Go to Mahal. Thanks for connecting, everyone. So it's nice of you to come along. I just want to give you all warm wishes. Got a couple more days of this trip. Basically a day in Edinburgh, and I go home. So, and when I get home, oh, thanks, doctor. Then when I go home, I am straight on a trip, like literally when I get home into Calgary. So, so I've got a busy little time, but a good time. And I've just had a wonderful time on this trip. Yeah, so I fly home the 22nd. So, you know, I'll see you about Glasgow next day or so. But anyway, stay healthy and happy, everyone. Hug each other. Come on over to our subscriber group, and keep in touch. And we will, and thank you again for your contributions. I promise it'll be spent wisely in pubs here in Oban or in Glasgow. Give you a last view of that ferry going out in the distance out there. Well, I'll be at a Kaylee tonight, so how can I not enjoy that? It's just, I get up every morning, I got 2 or 3 hours of work, but hey, it's, I'm working towards Freedom 85. Take care, everyone. Lots of love. Thanks for hanging out. Bye-bye.